Welcome to MetalVice in 666. I'm your host, Brian, joined with the other host,
Karen.
And if you haven't joined us before for 666, this is where we pick one topic and try to talk about it for 6 minutes and 66 seconds. This always goes long, so the timer we used to have is no longer a thing. But we're going to try to, keep this to a single topic and not ramble that much. So, diving into it, as the title would suggest, we're going to talk about headlining expectations. And what I mean by that is, what do we as fans expect from a headliner going into a show?
Like a headlining set?
Yes, like a headlining set. What do we expect from them when we see somebody is headlining? And I'll start this off. For me, I expect, typically, my baseline is, I typically go in thinking the headliner will play for at minimum an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
For some reason, that's what I have in my head. Like, a headlining time slot is 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
The opener before that, 40 minutes. The opener before that, maybe 30 to 40. And then if there's a fourth opener, 20 minutes, right? Something along those lines. Obviously, festivals are a little different for sure. This is like a standard show. That's what I sort of go into.
Their own show.
Exactly. Their own tour. Their own show.
Okay.
How about you? Is that something similar to what you would expect going into a show?
Yeah, I would say around about an hour and a half for a headlining set for normal. Yeah.
Anything other than that, if it's less than that, sometimes I might feel like I might be getting gypped off just a little bit, or like, why the fuck did I pay this much for that little of a set? You know what I mean?
Well, it depends on how much it is.
Also,
if you paid like $100 for an hour set, that's kind of shitty.
That's fair too. Don't get me wrong, that is fair. Also, depending on the type of show. Like if it's a one-off show, I'm completely fine with it being less than. You know what I mean? Like if we go to see, let's say, a Metallica one-off surprise show, here for like whatever event, and they're only playing like we're gonna play, the Kill 'Em All album in full. Cool. I would be completely fine with them playing that one album and being completely fine with like a 50 minute set instead of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So like when we went on a trip to England and saw Black Sabbath play 5 songs.
All right. Yes.
Sorry, that was shitty of me to do.
No, but I was going to bring that up too, because they only played 5 songs and not a single motherfucker at that venue or probably watching on the live stream was like, I got gypped on the price here.
Yeah.
Like, no, everybody was like, fuck yes, they played 5 songs. We got to hear 5 songs. Like,
yeah.
Again, those are expectations. Like, I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, you just happened to say if it's a one-off show, and I was like, oh, one-off show. Like,
fair, yes.
Yeah, normally if it's a one-off show, you do get like even a longer set, like maybe 2.5 hours or something like that. Like if it's a big band playing a one-off show for something, and it's especially if it's only them playing, then you get 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Metallica the 40th, like that was a longer set than you typically got at a normal show.
Yeah. But was it?
I can't honestly.
It was
I
16
can't remember.
songs, I think.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It was one song from every album.
Yeah.
At the time, at least.
I'm pretty sure it was 16 songs.
I at least want to. I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember what it was. It felt longer for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was some talking bits and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also, if it's a new band, obviously they don't have that much content.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bloodywood, 45 minutes.
Not only was it 45 minutes, but they played the same song twice.
Yeah.
Which, all right, cool, I guess. But that was a little bit weird. I think within the episode we did of that, we called that out too. Like they did that song twice. Like
they opened it and closed. Yeah.
So I didn't walk away from that being upset.
Yeah. So how this all came up is we recently saw Lorna Shore. We have an episode on the show, but I don't know if it's out yet or if it's going out after this. We don't know the timing.
This will be out before or after, just like we said in that episode.
Yeah, we said the same thing. Yeah.
This could come out first or after.
So, but during that show, I think for their main set, they had played less than an hour. I think they had 9 songs maybe.
I think 9 songs, yeah.
And it was less than an hour. And you're like, already? Like, it's super early. They didn't even play that long. And so then we came up with this idea, or you came up with this idea of doing like a headliner set versus non-headliner set. I think with adding Pain Remains into it, part 1, 2, 3, it was like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 22 minutes or something like that.
It was right at that mark of an hour 20, yeah.
Yeah. So when we were recording that episode and you brought it up that they only played for an hour and 20 minutes and you thought it was short and all that stuff, immediately I was like, so what do you think about Lamb of God with their headlining shows?
Their shows, well, all right, so it's been a bit since we've seen a proper headlining Lamb of God show. when was the last time we saw a proper? Actually, no, that's a lie. We just saw it in September.
Yeah, I was
Fuck,
gonna say.
I forgot about that
Yeah,
show.
and then
I thought it's been several years.
okay, so it was literally just September, but I was like in Omaha. We saw it.
Fuck, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was longer than that. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of the Aragon show that we saw like
Oh, that
4
was-
fucking years ago.
That was so long ago. That was like 2019, wasn't it?
I think so, but it's been a while since we've seen a proper headlining Lamb of God show.
Except for
Except for
last
those
month.
ones we just mentioned.
Anyways, they always play like an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes.
They're right at that threshold for sure.
Yeah.
Right there. So all right, that's
Did I stump you now?
no, you didn't.
Okay.
This is a good point because they're right at that threshold where for any other band, I'd be like, fuck, what the fuck's going on? But I really like Lamb of God, so they get a little bit of leeway for me. And I think that's really what it is for people who are, this is a big, like this band I love and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
They hit more rope, so to speak, you know what I mean? Like to hang themselves or whatnot.
Yeah.
So like they have more leeway to do less time or whatnot. Another example is Slipknot with the 20th anniversary tour, or was it 25th anniversary? Whatever it was last year for the self-titled album. Was that 25? Yeah. Where they went on tour and only played that album. The people who saw that first show, I remember seeing comments like, what the fuck? They only played that album. Which
So
is
it's 47 minutes.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Why aren't you playing other things? We went to Knotfest, Iowa, and that show got cut short because
Yeah.
of the weather. But they even said during that, like, you will not hear any music from us that we wrote after 1999. Everything you hear tonight is pre-1999 music. So,
But that's also a festival, so like a shorter set's kind of common for a festival. So
sure, at a festival, but also they toured on that. They had
No,
a
I
whole
understand.
tour for that.
I understand that you said we saw Knotfest, Iowa, and I was just making a
Yes.
comment
No,
that
yeah.
was a festival.
Yes, that technically was a festival, but that whole tour was on that album, and people were pissed off about it. But also, that was a one-off tour where they're playing songs they haven't played in years, if ever, right? So that's a little bit different as well, I
But I
think.
understand what you're saying. Like, if we went to a Metallica show, a proper Metallica show where they're headlining, and we pay $300 or whatever it was for 2 nights, even if it's 2 nights, so say $150 a night or $200 a night or whatever, and it ends up that they only play for 45 minutes.
Yeah,
We would be pissed.
I would probably be a little upset. Yes,
We would be like, I mean, yes, you got 45 minutes of Metallica, but it's like, and I paid $200 for that. Like, that's where it would be a little.
I would definitely be a little frustrated.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be like super, super pissed, but I would definitely be like, what the fuck, guys? Come on. You can do better than that. So I don't know. I think it's subjective and up to each individual person to say what they expect.
That's true. Going back to the back to the beginning again, we saw 2 people who we stood behind them, and they were going ape shit crazy for Tool.
Yeah.
And Tool played what? 4 songs? 3 songs? 4 songs, I think, and 3 of their own.
4. Yeah. I can't remember. Is it 3 or 4? Yeah.
But anyways, so I mean, yeah, like I can't remember exactly the set list for everybody, but like they were going ape shit crazy, and it's like they were so excited to see Tool play, and it's like I don't know if they were there just to see Tool or if they were there for the whole experience or whatever, but it's like that was fucking awesome to see, and like that made the price of everything worth it for them. I guarantee. I mean, we never talked to them.
Yeah. But also bringing up Tool, you brought Tool up, going back to
Tool in the Sands.
Tool in the Sands.
Yeah.
Where they cut their set short because they were getting booed for playing the same songs again.
Yeah.
Like, again, setting expectations, I guess, of the fans expected unique sets. But I don't ever, we did a whole 666 on
Yeah.
that. I don't ever remember seeing them say that, but the fans expected it. So, like, the whole attitude, like, it's a weird thing. My
Yeah.
expectation is, like I've said, 120 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. Anything less than, you have to sort of justify it in my head. And some bands, like Lamb of God, they get a little bit of slack there for sure, in terms of, but again, if Lamb of God only played 40 minutes at a headlining show, unless it's something very special, I'm going to be questioning, like, what the fuck's going on here, guys?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, especially for the genres that we see and some of the shows that we see, like, we just saw Signs of the Swarm as well. And I think they only played for an hour.
That's a good one,
Maybe.
too. That was a very short set.
Yeah. And I mean, they have a good catalog. Because we talked about that, like, where if you have a smaller catalog, like the first time we saw Bloody Wood and stuff like that, when you have a small catalog, it's like you don't have shit to play. So, Like it's, or like Vended.
Yeah.
Like we saw Vended and, you know, do a headlining show and it was very small.
Yeah.
Or very short.
But bringing up that, again, another good point that you brought up, because I do remember listening to that, like, wait, they're fucking done already?
Was
Like,
Science This Form?
yeah.
Oh,
it felt very short. And I do remember like, what the fuck? And that wasn't that expensive of a show.
They could have played Tower of Torsos and they
Right.
didn't.
Yeah. Right. So anywho, just wrapping this up real quick. We've been rambling now for longer than 6 minutes and 66 seconds. But anyway, that's it. That's just our thoughts. So hopefully we see you at the next show and go check out some live music.
Bye.